Welcome to I'm Screaming, a podcast for anyone who's felt like shamelessly screaming at the top of their lungs over a moment in pop culture.
Because sometimes pop culture can be scary and you gotta let it out. Let's scream about it together.
Hello, Megan.
Hello, Giselle.
Not me giving Meg a countdown.
You literally did, because I was being very chaotic just now. Not me always laughing when we do our intro. Like, this is serious business. What, do I think this is a joke?
How could you ever think this is a joke, Megan?
Not a joke. We're not joking.
Our comedic pop culture podcast that sometimes takes a serious turn is not a joke.
Honestly, I feel like we haven't taken that much of a serious turn in a while. Like, we haven't really condemned anyone in a couple of weeks.
I feel like the last time, I feel like in the summer, we were just like, every episode someone was doing something problematic, so we had to attack them.
Exactly. It was exhausting.
It is exhausting. I feel like it's nice to just be able to comment on pop culture and, of course, throw in our extremely warranted opinions, but also not feel like I have to put all of my time and energy into telling these people that they're foolish.
Exactly. It's like, just be good people. Just do the right thing. Just don't be problematic.
Just do the right thing. I mean, to me, something exciting that happened this week where someone did the right thing, even though maybe other people think it was not the right thing. Was Miss Demi Lovato. I just need to start with this. Because I don't know if anyone else heard the song of the year this weekend, but basically Miss Demetria Lovato in the year 2020 jumped on to an all-time low song called Monsters. Also, because I have an obsessive personality, I basically did a deep dive of All Time Low and what they've been doing for the last 12 years. Because I was a fan, I was very much a pop punk girl. I've been to Warped 2 or 3 times, loved them, all of it. But they're literally the same lineup. They've been together for the last 12 years. Also, this Monster song that Demi hopped on, before she hopped on it, the original song was their first number one in the year 2020. All Time Low is getting number one songs.
I never heard it before this Demi collab that you insisted
I haven't
that I listen to.
But now that I've heard it and I played it maybe 1,000 times, if this song had come out a month earlier, it maybe would be on my top 100 played songs because I played it that many times. But I'm also now listening, and now I've resurrected the music of my soul playlist, which is exclusively pop punk. So that's what I did this weekend.
Well, congratulations.
Meg listened to a completely other album that I did not touch.
This is what happens. This is what happens when Taylor Swift drops a surprise album and you don't like Taylor Swift. You end up listening to a Demi Lovato all-time low collab all weekend.
That's iconic as fuck. I will never hear slander on this song. I could probably sing you the whole song right now. I've listened to it that many times.
I have to say, we played it the other night, and I don't remember what it sounds like.
That's okay.
I couldn't tell you. Yeah,
for the people on the podcast that do listen to Taylor Swift, what's your verdict on that? Evermore.
My verdict on Evermore, that album, is I think it's really good. I think that my gut reaction was it's not as strong as Folklore on first listen, but I have a lot that are already growing on me. There's only right now 2 skips for me. But I think it's really good. I think it's, it's moody. It's very similar to Folklore in style. But it almost feels more lyrically intense and deep. But yeah, I don't know if people are listening to Evermore who listen to this podcast.
There are people who listen to Evermore who listen to this podcast.
Yeah, I know there are. I'm just not going to assume. My faves right now in no particular order are Willow, Champagne Problems, Gold Rush, Ivy, and Evermore.
Not the Haim song?
The Haim song, to be honest, I mean, because the thing is, Giselle asked me if there were any songs that she should listen to on this album.
I did.
And I told her Gold Rush because it was produced by Mr. Jack Antonoff.
And then my computer rejected it.
And it literally rejected it.
I'm not shitting you guys. I tried to play it on my computer. I sent a video to Meg because I wanted her to know that I tried playing it.
I believe you.
And my computer literally wouldn't play it. And then I went back to my December playlist and played Troye Sivan, and it played. I was like, wow, now my computer is literally manifesting my distaste for this person. I'm coming to terms though, but keep going.
But yeah, the Haim song is funny. I mean, it's a bit silly, but I think honestly it's kind of a mood. The more I listen to it, it's
okay.
more of
yes,
a country
Haim.
vibe.
I love Haim.
But it's about killing men. So who doesn't love a song about killing men?
Yeah, true.
You know, I mean, exactly. She's finally gotten there, Taylor Swift. I feel like she's written everything she can about men, and now she's finally ready to kill somebody.
I saw a TikTok that was like, Taylor Swift, like, you can stop saying that all your songs are written or some of your songs are written from a man's perspective. Just say that you had a crush on Carly Kloss. Just let it be.
I'm not
part of the Standom or whatever. I know that's the thing, but I just thought it was a funny TikTok.
Yes, you sent me a couple of TikToks about Evermore, which were very funny. I think of like objectively very funny. Yeah, I mean, she's a psychopath. 2 albums in 5 months, and like all these hints
and talks for a third.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true though. We'll see. I mean, it's if it's true, what the sleuths are saying is that it's not coming out till March, but I don't know. I mean, I think it's just conjecture. But what am I to know? I mean, I woke up late the other morning to 40 text messages from like 5 different people about this. So no one was expecting it, but I'm enjoying listening to it. And yeah,
I'm glad. That makes me happy. Your happiness makes me happy.
But so
speaking of something that is not conjecture, I think that rolls into our number 5 today, which is sadly some breaking news that hit the interwebs earlier today, and that is that it is official. Miss Jesy Nilsson is no longer a part of Little Mix.
It's really sad. I mean, like, obviously, I think we've talked about this before. We talked about this when the album came out, about what we thought about all the rumors and everything. And I just think that, like, this is probably what's best for her and her mental health, though it is quite sad.
Yeah, I think, like, definitely as, you know, mixers ourselves, I definitely feel like the writing was on the wall for, like, a long time. But and like I think that like this past breakup she just had like really took a toll on her. Also, obviously, if you are a stan, as Meg and I are, maybe you've watched her documentary that she did about like her like issues with her body image and like self-image with like her weight situation, which is extremely sad because she's beautiful and gorgeous. But just one, like, I'm like, yes, girl, like, take care of your mental health. If being Little Mix is like not what you should be doing, then don't do it. But like my girl literally said, I'll record the album and I'll make money off the album, but I won't do anything. It's just sad.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like I do feel like Little Mix, like it's a different situation than it was for like a Zayn leaving or like a Camila leaving the band, in terms of like I do think that Little Mix is on better terms as a group than like those groups were when they broke apart. But like I do think this is kind of a curse with these like bands that come from television shows. Like I think we've got one more album out of Little Mix as a group and then they're done.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, even like with the whole pandemic happening and everything, like in their statement, which was from Leanne and Jade and Perry, they said that like they're looking forward to like continuing the Little Mix journey and like to seeing you guys on tour. Obviously, like, yay, the first vaccine was administered in the US today. That's great news, but it's not, doesn't mean that the pandemic is going to be over anytime soon. And I don't know if, you know, anyone's going to be able to tour until like 2022, you know, if we're being realistic, end of 2021. But who knows, you know, if they, you know, don't feel it. It took One Direction like a year, not maybe a little around a year, I think, to break up after Zayn left. So I would say that there's probably writing on the wall for this, in terms of like the other 3 going their separate ways and pursuing new projects. And
I know.
Yeah.
It's sad because like I do feel like doom. It does. And I do think like, I always think there's like another album because I do feel like the leftover members, like, not that they're leftover, but want to like not prove something, but kind of prove something, like they can do it without the person that left. But like the one thing about Little Mix that like I do fear. I just like, honest to God, the only person who I think like maybe could do like a full solo thing, maybe like is Perry, because I feel like she's just the most popular one. But like they are one group that has really made their whole entire existence and label and entity and identity about being a group and a group that loves each other. So like I'm very interested to see how if they do the solo thing, how that'll go. If Jesy tries to pursue a solo thing, how that'll go. Also because I do feel like they just like, sadly, as much as we have said justice for Little Mix, like they just have never had the international success as they deserved. Like America just continued to disrespect them. So I mean, I would be sad if they ended up like a Ollie Murs and like is a solo artist that's only popular in the UK and like people like me know who he is, but like I don't know. I basically
Ollie Murs has some bops.
Yeah, he does. But I obviously wish the best to the three girls, and I will still be a stan. I feel sad for Jesy. I hope she's okay. But
I hope this helps her. I really hope that she like finds her path and finds her bliss and everything. You know, they all seem like really decent people from what I've heard. I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm not really deep in the archives of news stories about Little Mix, but for the most part, I feel like they deserve good things. And I mean, their statement was very nice. You know, they like, you know, it was definitely much nicer, I think, than Fifth Harmony and One Direction's statements when they had members.
Yeah, I do. I think there's genuine love for each other.
Yeah, I think I mean, I just checked, like none of the girls have posted anything yet, but I feel like they will. You know, obviously they posted the statement, but like individually on their Instagrams or whatever, that they, you know, I think they will. I think they'll remain cordial and friendly. Oh, sadness.
It is sad. I mean, I felt like if anyone was going to leave, I always thought it was going to be Perry or Jesy. So
yeah, Perry would get it in her head that she's like the most talented or something, and then leave. But not anymore. I feel like that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I agree. But sadness. Sad that so many things are changing in a gloomy day, in a gloomy year, but the album's great, so I'm happy for them. And as I said, like, Jesy, I'm happy that you will somehow make coin off of this album and you will still have your mental health.
Oh yeah, she's still
we love that
money. I wonder if she's breaking any contracts though.
I mean, yeah, we don't have to get really into it because obviously I could do a deep dive forever, but like me and Kubale, who I talk about a lot on this podcast, one of my friends, we were talking about it because she's also a huge fan. She's actually the one who broke the news to me this morning. And basically Kubale was like, I feel like the girls were like kind of blindsided in the terms of like leaving, like actual like leaving of the group.
Yeah, like the break is one thing.
Yeah, I feel like Jesy was kind of like, I need to take this break for my mental health, because even like in the EMAs post that they all made, they were like, but we miss our girl, like we love our girl, and like she'll be back. And then today she was like, because they were posting as normal yesterday, all of them.
Yeah, I know. I looked at all their stories. Like Jade posted something like 8 hours ago, or at that point it was 8 hours ago, so maybe it was like this morning in the UK, but like it was like just like normal, like, oh, if you're looking for a last minute gift, swipe up or whatever. I was like, geez Louise, like
I don't know, bands always will fascinate me, which is funny. Once again, bringing it back to All Time Low, obsessed with the fact that the four of those boys are literally still together after like 15 years. But
the difference there, I guess, is that they formed the band themselves.
Yeah,
you know, like they made the decision, so you know, and they knew what they were getting themselves into. You know, those four Very girls went on that show wanting to be solo artists and then got thrown into this. And, you know, sometimes it works, but it seems not to work forever, which is, you know, science, data, you know, examples.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of something that doesn't work forever, that people are trying to make work forever, I think that this is a flawless transition into our number 4, to which is the iCarly reboot. Why? Honest to God, like, I am not even trying to be a hater, because there have been reboots where I'm like, okay, yay, we love this. Like, I watched the Fuller House remake. Like, I'm trash. I know. Like, and I guess that like a lot of people liked iCarly, but like, I guess I was just never one of them. I was a Zoe 101 stan, a Victoria stan. Like, if they would have told me those two shows were being rebooted, I'd be lit as hell. I just like,
there's supposed to be some sort of Zoe 101 reunion that never really happened because of COVID. So
yeah,
I just
yeah, Yeah.
I watched iCarly. I mean, I really watched iCarly.
I did too. Like, I watched it. If you were to ask me, like, the plot points, like, I totally knew that, like, Sam and Freddie got together, and then, like, I know what happened, but, like, I always thought I don't know. To me, it was like the lesser of the trilogy of shows that appeared in, like,
I feel like a lot of people really liked it though. Like,
for
secretly, sure. I feel like it was actually like very on par with Victorious, and
it may have been more popular. Like, people loved iCarly.
I really think it was kind of maybe like shockingly like more popular. I mean, the guest stars that they had like on that show was crazy. Like, they had a whole One Direction episode.
No,
like, that was like when Kesha. Harry Styles, the first time that Harry ever acted. Like, Emma Stone was on it. Michelle Obama went on our iCarly. Jack Black, Emily Ratajkowski. Like, so many people like were going on that show to, like, you know, debut something or whatever. Like, it was just wild. And I did watch it, like, I think almost to the end, basically. Like, I got really into it one time. But yeah, this is really super unnecessary and stupid. I mean, obviously Miranda Cosgrove has not had work in a while. I know she went to college. Nathan Kress, who played Freddie, is like,
has a child, right?
He has a child and another on the way. He's very weird in real life.
Yeah.
And then Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam on this, and then Sam and Cat, is just like, nah. She's been very open recently about, like, that she had a really fucked up childhood and, like, abusive experience. I feel like, and it's like, Dan Schneider. I don't think she is.
Is she the only one that's not going to be on it?
She hasn't been confirmed for it. The other three have.
Oh, I thought they reconfirmed everyone.
No, it was just the three: Miranda Cosgrove, Nathan Kress, and the older brother.
Oh, okay.
Like, they don't even have Gibby.
I mean, that's who people really love.
I mean, this is
Dan Schneider.
Dan Schneider's a fucking pedophile. This is the problem. So he's disgusting and gross, and he has not been held accountable. And, like, honestly, that is on like not on anyone, but, like, remember last year the Victorious cast, or maybe it was this year, got on Zoom with him, and they were like, you know, like, woo, like, Dan, like, all of them, like Victoria Justice, Ariana Grande, like, what's her name, Liz Gillies, like, all of them were on there. It's just like, people seem to be, like, ignoring the fact that Amanda Bynes basically, like, accused Dan Schneider of sexual assault.
I know.
It's, like, kind of insane that nobody talks about it and nobody brings it up, and, like, everybody just, like, continues to be like, those shows were lit, and Dan Schneider's was amazing, you know?
Yeah.
But sorry, did you cut out?
Yeah, I did.
I think, were we both talking at the same time?
I just wanted to make sure this is working. Okay. We were both just, I was just basically saying, it's so scary because, like, I feel like there's a lot of these kinds of people in Hollywood, like Dan Schneider, who basically, like, wrote every single show on Nickelodeon that we loved. And then also there's, like, you know, Greg Berlanti, who I don't think he's scary, but I'm just saying, like, he writes every show for the CW, the CW. And, like,
and
Kenny
also,
Ortega.
Like,
Kenny Ortega, who's done High School Musical and The Descendants and the Teen Beach, maybe, I think those two, and this show I'm going to talk about later. Like, I don't think Kenny Ortega is also scary, but
I think he's mostly
scary.
beloved. I think Kenny Ortega is mostly beloved, and Greg Berlanti. I mean, Greg Berlanti is kind of, I feel like a wannabe celebrity himself. He's, like, kind of always, like, commenting on celebs' Instagrams and stuff like that. So we'll see with that. But yeah, I mean, Dan Schneider is, like, truly disgusting.
I know. Is he doing the reboot?
I don't know if he's involved. When I read the article, I didn't see anything about him being involved, and, like, that's questionable. I mean, I'm sure, because it's what's his face. It's not at Nickelodeon. It's going to be on Paramount, which is, like, the same like umbrella. It's still, like, you know, Nickelodeon property or whatever, but yeah, it says Jay Kogan and Ali Schouten have signed on to develop the new version of the series. Oh, so well, I didn't see anything about Dan Schneider. I feel like very much he's just, like, they don't talk about him a lot. But yeah, those were the tweets that I cared about that I saw when the iCarly reboot was announced. I was like,
yeah,
questionable.
Well,
but yeah, then I went down a hole with Miranda Cosgrove then, because I was like, what has she been up to? You know, like what's going on? And the answer is not much.
Yeah, they definitely need checks, I think, which like is fine. Like, please, like revitalize your old show so you can get money. Like, if I had an old show and like I wanted money, like I would do it too. I get it. I just am not in the probably many people who are lit about this iCarly reboot. Reboots are starting to get tired to me.
No, 100%. It's a bit much. It's just kind of like come up with an original idea. I mean, which we'll weave into our conversation later as well. But you know, it seems that Hollywood is fresh out of new ideas.
Fresh.
I come up with a million scenarios in my head every day.
Truly, they should make a movie about our life. Story. Me sitting at my desk talking to Meg, the movie. Go. I'm screaming the film. Behind the screen.
Coming to a theater, not a theater. Coming to a streaming service near you.
Quibi. Coming
Quibi!
To Quibi.
We will revive Quibi. We will make Quibi the money it needs to keep going.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, let us know if you're excited about the iCarly reboot. Like our Megan, I mean, Meg said she was more of a fan than I was, but like, am I just like truly in the dark and I missed this exciting thing about that show? I watched it, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'll probably watch the first episode or two to like understand because it's nostalgic. But yeah, iCarly's rebooting. We'll see how it goes.
I mean, will we though? Because it's like Paramount Plus, which is the Paramount streaming service. It's like, I'm not paying for a new streaming service.
The thing is, the only way I'd have Paramount Plus is because I watch Younger, and Younger is on Paramount.
Oh.
So not Younger conning me into getting Paramount to watch the iCarly reboot.
Not me saying no one would ever have Paramount Plus and you having Paramount Plus.
I don't think I have it because they've been putting Younger on Hulu. But I think if I want to watch Younger in real time, I have to get Paramount Plus. We'll see. You never know.
We will see.
Not me adding another streaming service to my repertoire. I honestly don't even know what I pay for these days.
I mean, same. I try and get notifications for when my payment goes through so that I'm aware of it. But like, I feel like I missed a few of them. So, and you know, I've been telling you, and I mean, we'll get into it later, but I've been really bad about watching TV recently. So
yeah,
probably wasting my money, but it's fine.
Always. Okay. Before we go back into some television and film news, there was some Hollywood relationship and breakup, mostly breakup and things happening this week. First and foremost, this is just a quick news flash if you didn't know, but Dove Cameron and her boyfriend Thomas Doherty broke up.
Why do I feel like this is like such a Gen Z relationship that we care about?
Okay, I think that people care about Dove Cameron. Like, do they not? She has an Emmy.
Oh my God.
Also, the Descendants franchise is not bad.
I'm not saying it's bad. I watched all of no, I haven't watched the third one.
The third one,
I watched all of those movies other than the third one.
Yeah. Also, like, I think she should play not Elphaba. Glinda in Wicked. She's extremely talented. Also, the thing to be noted about Dove Cameron is basically that this is like her life has had a lot of tragedy in it, which is like extremely, extremely sad. Trigger warning.
Oh my God. So much shit.
Yeah, trigger warning, just traumatic things, but it'll be really quick, just saying what happened. But basically her father passed away, committed suicide, which is extremely, 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 extremely sad. Also, she was engaged to this man who was her co-star in Liv and Maddie.
Ryan McCartan.
I think we talked about before, but basically that, and I think that there was an abusive relationship that was very scary and bad. So she was in that, and now she's obviously no longer. And her and Thomas also met on the set of The Descendants, and they've been dating for like 2 or 3 years, and they've seemed very in love and very gushy. He was actually, when I went to go see Dove Cameron on, not Broadway, she was in an opera that I saw when I was in LA last year. Thomas was there. He was like just a regular human, just like watching the opera for like probably the 10th time. Very cute. But yeah, they've broken up, and Dove Cameron and Ariana Grande to me are similar in the way that I feel as though like these really sad, tragic things just happen to them or around them in their lives. And that makes me very sad and worried for their mental health. So I'm sending out positive vibes and good vibes to Miss Dove Cameron. Obviously, maybe their breakup was mutual and things are good, but also Cameron Boyce passed away either this year or last year.
I know. I was just about to say she seemed to be really messed up by that too. Like she got like a tattoo for him. She just posted a photo of him the other day and was like forever missing you, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I was really invested in that Ryan McCartan, Dove Cameron drama. He kind of has fell off the face of the earth. He was in the TV Rocky Horror Picture Show. He played Brad. Victoria Justice played Janet. Yes. And other than that, he's basically been nowhere to be found. I remember when she like kind of, I think, decided to break it off and like posted this stuff like alluding to it being abusive, and he's just been like kind of an asshole about it in the press. But like very soon after that, she was dating Thomas, which like December 2016, I think they started dating or something.
Who's going to be in the Gossip Girl reboot.
He's hot. He was also in High Fidelity. Rest in peace, High Fidelity, iconic show, and he was also really good in it. He's Scottish. He has this really hot Scottish accent.
Yes, and here's the thing about the world we live in today and the messiness of TikTok is because TikTok has been exposing a lot of celebrities lately, and basically the hearsay on TikTok is that he was cheating on Dove Cameron because, of course, people have receipts.
No, why?
These girls, I mean, like, who knows? Like, I'm not good at Photoshop, but like, I know in the world that like these people out here are fucking good at Photoshop and can make anything look real. But basically, I saw this one TikTok that claims that like he actually wasn't cheating on Dove Cameron, that they were broken up back in October, but he was like messaging this like random ass girl. And I went to her Instagram and she had like 3,000 followers. So she was like actually like a random ass bitch. I was like, wait. But yeah, that's the hearsay about Dove Cameron and Thomas Doherty. I feel like Dove Cameron's also a girl who likes to have a boyfriend, so I could see her.
I feel like she's gonna have a boyfriend very soon.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I also feel like Thomas is like probably like on his like I'm a hot shit, gonna be the Gossip Girl reboot, wanna like fuck bitches and get money, which like whatever, do what you want, as long as you're not cheating on people, you can do what you want.
Yeah, I mean, she did say they broke up in October.
Yeah.
In her like announcement, and that it was like amicable or whatever. So like, I mean, like obviously who knows, but she had no problem putting Ryan McCartan on blast. So I feel like she would have no problem putting Thomas Doherty on blast eventually too. So there might be more to this story that we might hear. Also, I mean, they're literally so young. Like she's about to be 25.
Yeah.
And he's 25. No, 100%. So like, it's just, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like we both cared about this very much.
Yeah, I mean, also
found out about it.
Speaking of putting people on blast, the other relationship that we wanted to talk about.
Oh my God, this is so dark.
Oh, this is dark. This is another relationship that had news this week, which is FKA Twigs and Shia LaBeouf. Basically, FKA Twigs went on Instagram. She's suing him, right? She
filed a lawsuit. So it kind of came out, I think, before she posted anything that like in the news that there were news articles like FKA Twigs is like suing Shia LaBeouf for like mental and physical abuse. And emotional.
Yeah. And then she like wrote a statement about it on Instagram.
Yes. This is
which is
really,
also like wild to me.
Yeah, I mean, and I saw the first tweet that I saw about this was like, I guess Mia Goth wasn't the only one. So have you seen her in anything? She was in the new Emma. She was in a movie with Robert Pattinson. She's like kind of like up and coming. She's like a model, whatever. But like they were supposed to have been married, and then they broke up and whatever. But I guess like there was some sort of like 911 call with that, or some sort of filing of some abuse there that was dropped. But obviously Shia LaBeouf is seriously mentally unwell and very
my God.
Awful. And it's really sad. Obviously, like fuck him for being abusive, but it's like incredibly sad, hearing about this stuff. Like it's like sociopathic.
Oh my God, 100%. I think this is a statement. Obviously, Meg and I believe this in our lives, and we've said this on this podcast before. Like, believe women, believe survivors, believe these things. It happens to anyone and everyone. Like it's happening to celebrities as we speak. Like also props to FKA Twigs for being able to speak up for herself and stick up for herself, even though her life in doing it is extremely public. I can't imagine having to, number one, go through that, but then also having to try to get some justice for yourself when the whole entire world is watching and scrutinizing you. So like props to her, because that's so sad and so scary. And yeah, I mean, holy shit. Also, like, if Shia LaBeouf continues to get work, fuck Hollywood, which I know he will. I know he will, because Hollywood's misogynistic and disgusting, and they want to continuously put these trash men on pedestals, but, like, Shia LaBeouf should stop getting work. Like,
oh, absolutely.
Should be taken out of things, should be, like, not be in things he was supposed to be in coming up. Like, let's, like, shut it down.
Well, like, he was I talking about this with you or someone else? He was supposed to have, I think, Harry Styles' part in this new Olivia Wilde movie. And he got fired.
Oh, damn. Good.
Yeah. And there was rumors that it was like he was being really difficult, and it was like he was making, I mean, this is something that I read. I don't know if this is true, but like this makes sense now, in that like it was like going to be like him or Florence, and obviously Olivia Wilde chose Florence Pugh over him. Like, yeah. And like, who knows what kind of behavior he was like putting out on set. And like, obviously Harry Styles is a major upgrade. So like, let's not
literally
joke about it. But no, I mean, there's been so many people, and other people have like come forward now and said that things happened, because like the description of what happened, one of the things that happened, I mean, obviously like stop listening if you don't hear it, whatever, but they were like driving back from like they were like somewhere in the desert, and they were driving back to Los Angeles, and she said like he was driving erratically and like basically like threatening to like crash the car unless she told him like she loved him. And then like they pulled up at a gas station, and she like tried to like run basically, and he like slammed her against the car. It's like really, really, really dark and really horrible. Sia, which is like, how many times can I talk about Sia on this podcast? And someone who I never thought about more than like once a year.
Oh yeah, she's in her film.
No.
Oh, so. Why did I think that?
No. Maybe, I don't know. She basically spoke out and said that like she was also emotionally abused by Shia LaBeouf.
Did they date?
Apparently they dated. She basically said, I too have been hurt emotionally by Shia, a pathological liar who conned me into an adulterous relationship claiming to be single. Sia did not provide further details of her allegation, and reps for both the singer and LaBeouf did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. She said, I believe he's very sick and have compassion for him and his victims. Just know if you love yourself, stay away. Stay safe, stay away. Also, I love you at FKA Twigs. This is very courageous, and I'm very proud of you.
Oh my God, damn. Yeah, I saw a lot of people on my timeline sharing the post.
FKA Twigs like replied and like retweeted it. She said, I'm sorry at Sia. This reinforces why I had to publicly share my experience. We need to support each other. Love you back. You're an inspiration, and thank you everyone for your love and solidarity. And then honestly, like truly right before we started recording, I saw this like post that's basically like saying that he's like involved in almost like a cult basically. And like this girl like is posting on Reddit, like anonymously, basically saying that like she was like dragged in, and like it's really, 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 really fucking scary. Like obviously Shia LaBeouf has had like a tumultuous past before this, you know what I mean? Like he's been up and down. He's been like, you know, kind of like lost his mind a little bit sometimes. You know, I think he's had probably a few mental breakdowns in his life. You know, there's been like rumors about stuff that like, you know, like I haven't seen Honey Boy, which is the movie that he wrote about his life basically. That a lot of people like got a lot of good buzz, and like everybody really, really liked and said he was really good in it. Where he like played his own father, and basically like who forced him into show business kind of, and like he was like very like, you know, mentally and emotionally abused from a young age. Like I don't know what else it goes into. I'm sure there's physical abuse too.
Right.
Not that that excuses anything, but it's just like it's obviously like he has a very dark life, and I'm, you know, not happy that happened obviously, but happy that she's coming forward so that people know and that it's just out there in the open.
Yeah, oh my God. It just goes to show you, like, obviously, like, not everything's what it seems. Like, I don't think any of us thought Shia LaBeouf was sunshine and rainbows. But, like, even with, like, the Dove Cameron relationship, like, celebrities are just like us. And sometimes their situations can be even worse because they're under just this huge public eye. But mostly in this segment, I'm sending much love and safeness and sanity to Dove Cameron and FK Twigs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and Thomas Doherty, like whatever. You're just hot.
Keep being hot. Keep doing that Gossip Girl reboot. You know, be a good person. No, Shia LaBeouf apparently was spotted yesterday, Sunday, out grabbing food in LA, wearing a mask that said "Love me like you hate me." The mask is a piece of merchandise. The mask is a piece of merchandise from the NSFW short film music video LaBeouf and Margaret Qualley shot for Rainsford's song with that title. Oh, good Lord.
The Hollywood machine is so scary. Like, it literally, these people are so narcissistic and so detrimental and scary. And like the fact that he's literally getting has an allegation against him for sexual and physical assault, and he's walking around trying to make a light and a joke of it. It's just so fucking insane that we exist in this world where this is okay and allowed. I just can't. It's so scary. It's so scary. Ugh.
It's really scary. Why am I seeing this headline that he's shot dogs before?
What? Oh no.
I mean, if you weren't stressed out by the sexual and physical abuse, I mean, everybody is going to be outraged by the dogs.
Truly. I mean, damn. Yeah.
Good
so
Lord,
that's your relationship update, everyone. Sorry, it's dark.
Not as laughing.
At least.
Oh no.
No, I'm laughing because it's so dark, but also I'm laughing because that was dark, and then our next thing is like the farthest from the darkness.
I mean, yeah. You can go ahead with this. Giselle texted me very early this morning about this topic. And I fully screenshotted part of our conversation because it's so funny. Like it's literally making me laugh out loud thinking about it. But please go ahead, and then I can offer some insight for the second part, I think.
Okay, so basically, everyone, I don't know if you know this because I've had my hair. You don't know this because I've had my hair in like twists, braids the whole entire year. But my relationship with my hair is one that takes a lot of care and nurturing. So if I'm ever going to do it, like if you're watching on YouTube, you see that it's straight right now. This whole process takes like 2 hours, which means that like a lot of times back in the day, I would use this time to like start a show, watch a movie. My hair time was like my TV time. So now that I'm back doing my hair, I needed something to watch today. And I've watched a lot, but I was like, I have been hearing about this ghost show on TikTok. All these people are like, wait, this ghost show, you should watch it. And I was like, let me go. So the show is called Julie and the Phantoms. And I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but basically Mr. Kenny Ortega is back, ladies and gentlemen and folks. And he has created the show of the year. And that's Julie and the goddamn Phantoms. So basically it's a 9-episode show. The episode's like 30 minutes. And this girl, Julie, who's like Latina, she's 16, actually like in the show and in real life, which, love. I'm not going to spoil it, but like her mom dies, and like basically because her mom was like her inspiration for music, she like loses her love for music. And the Phantoms are these 3 kids who like die in the first episode, like the first 5 minutes, and then basically they like come back, they like appear as ghosts to her. And the whole premise of the show kind of is like she's like the only person that can see them, but the only other time people can see them is when they're playing music. So like when they're playing, that's why that like everyone thinks they're like a hologram band, but in reality, like when they play music, the world can see them, but when the music's done, they're like you can't see them anymore. It's good. I swear to God, like literally it has like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like
no.
Like,
I've seen TikToks about it too when it first came out.
And also everyone knows I'm a sucker for this shit. Like I like
campy. Oh
yeah. I like cheesy. I like all that shit. I love a musical production. But it's actually really cute and really endearing, and like it's not cheesy to the point where it's upsetting.
No, people are obsessed with it. It's also like
the music
I saw the other day is that it's like basically one of the highest like rated or like most, you know, clicked or posted about topic on Tumblr this year.
I'm obsessed with that. It's so like, honest to God, it's so cute. Also, like, I was spiraling. I like walked into my living room today and I was like, Shelby, I'm having a quarter life crisis. How am I 25 and I don't have love and I'm not in a ghost band and like I'm not falling in love with the lead singer of the ghost band? Like,
but he's dead, Giselle.
I know, but
so they're star-crossed lovers.
In the show. It's
good. Already upsetting me. It's already upsetting me that they're never gonna be able to be together. No,
I think that's why you have to watch it, Meg, because there could be a way. We don't know. We left on a cliffhanger. Because I watched it all today, of course.
I mean, I would love to read our conversation this morning. Today at 10 o'clock a.m., Giselle texted me, not me watching this Julie and the Phantom show and being obsessed with it. And I said, not me not being surprised at all. I said, yay, new show. Is it long episodes? And she said, like 30 minutes. And now all I want to do is be in a band with cute ghosts. And I said, all caps, there are ghosts? Giselle says, all caps, the Phantoms. I said, I am, pun intended, absolutely dead. Not there being ghosts in a band. Not me thinking it was just the name of the band. I mean, truly iconic. I'm so happy for you that you found the show.
Also representation, we
definitely
love that.
yes. No, I mean, I've definitely heard about it and it definitely like crossed my mind to watch it.
You would love it.
But I fully like, I've been so bad about my TV. Like I'm watching A Teacher on Hulu with Kate Mara and Nick Robinson, which is super intense. And I didn't watch last week's episode yet. But that's
Nick
been
Robinson?
like really intense. And upsetting.
You know those memes on TikTok where it's like, is he hot or is he just a white man?
Yeah,
that's how I feel about Nick Robinson, because like I do think he's hot, but I'm like, is that just because I have an obscene and really terrifying obsession with like not problematic white men, which I think is true, which is bad. That's like I need to cut it. But here we are.
Yeah. For those who don't know who Nick Robinson, and he's Simon in Love, Simon. But now he's like in this intense Hulu drama with Kate Mara, and it's like, you know, there's like lots going on. I'm watching. Go ahead.
No, I just keep seeing like people post about it on TikTok about this one scene where like Kate Mara basically like outs her relationship with this kid to like her coworker, and her coworker's like, oh fuck no.
Wait,
thinking that it would be okay.
They're literally, it's so funny. They're literally at a bar and they're outside, and she's like, I know you're hooking up with someone, like, and it's not your husband, whatever, like, you can tell me about him. And she starts like telling him, she's like, who is it? She's like, I can't. And then she just decides to tell her. And the woman's like, it's fully like, absolutely.
Yeah, the woman's like calling. She's like, let's call.
She's like I'm hurting you.
Yeah, like Kate Mara. I mean, I actually the only scene I've seen is that scene, and then there's one scene that I think like Nick Robinson's like take your pants off or something.
Oh my god,
Kate Mara. Those are the only two scenes I've seen.
He says very embarrassing things when they're like about to have sex. It's very unfortunate. He like, I don't know if he can really pull off like dangerously sexy, you know.
I mean, he's sworn off playing gay characters because he's not gay anymore. Because he is not gay. He is not gay. So he has said he won't play gay characters anymore. As Darren Criss has also said he'll stop making money off of gay characters and letting queer people play queer characters, which we love.
But it's both of them after they already made money off of playing a gay character.
100%. It's obviously wrong, but like the PSA totally. That we all believe is like, let's let queer people play queer characters.
Yes, please. Exactly. So at least they're promising never to do it again.
But also like,
I'm also watching The Flight Attendant on HBO Max, which is like so good with Miss Kaylee Cuoco. That is another chaotic as fuck show. I know this wasn't part of our thing, but I'm just talking.
That's okay.
Sorry. It's literally like, if it's the definition of like, this woman is making every single decision. Every single decision she makes is wrong. Like, she should absolutely make the opposite decision. It's kind of like a murder mystery. It's pretty good. But those are the only things that I've been really watching right now, other than like The Bachelorette and The Survivor.
And we both watched The Prom.
We did both watch The Prom. I had to do it for science.
I know. I mean, this is another thing where like I am a fucking sucker for Ryan Murphy. I'm literally a whore for Ryan Murphy, and it's okay. I'm okay with it. I've really accepted my fate. Once again, he gives me an extremely cheesy musical production that was stunt casted up the wazoo, and I liked it. I cried. I
cried too.
I loved it.
The music is
I also
good.
just like that shit gets me. Like when people don't accept people for who they are in any way, shape, or form, it like really, really upsets me. And like obviously, like if you watch it, like the ending is like really unrealistic, especially given what happened in the rest of the show. I know it's also a Broadway play, so like whatever. But like watching Kerry Washington do it, I'm like, Kerry Washington is literally going to be Olivia Pope to the day she dies.
It's so funny because Kerry Washington basically plays like this bigoted like PTA mom. And it's really, really bad. And basically, she's just like when she gives her speeches and she's like being like all like, who are you people? What are you doing in our community? It's like, hi Olivia Pope, like welcome back to the party. Like we've missed
you.
She really is very, I mean, I love her, but she is so one note. Like one character. She can't. I mean,
she just played Olivia Pope for too long, and she picks roles that are just like they're different, but they're just similar enough that she can do the same exact acting.
Exactly.
Because I think Kerry Washington wasn't always like this, but recently it's been bad.
No, I mean, I've seen her in a bunch of things before Scandal, and like it wasn't Olivia Pope, but maybe going back, maybe it is Olivia Pope before Olivia Pope existed. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, speaking of straight men playing gay men.
Oh yeah.
Which is like, I just really don't understand why, and this is like, sorry to drag your boy, but like why Ryan Murphy couldn't just cast a gay man to play the James Corden role. There are so many parts of this that I actually really liked. Like I thought Andrew Rannells was exceptional. Obviously he's iconic. He's a Broadway guy. Like I thought his number was one of the highlights for me. I do agree with you. I think Meryl Streep was really good, even though we're still debating whether her voice was blended with another Broadway actress. Sean and I were talking about that the other night. And like the two young leads were good.
I'm honestly happy Ariana Grande couldn't do it.
Was she supposed to do it?
She was supposed to be Ariana DeBois's character.
Oh no. I love Ari. I would have hated that. Same way I don't want her to play Elphaba in the Wicked movie. It's just too distracting. It's really too distracting.
It was like Beyonce playing Nala. Sorry, I'm not sorry.
No, 100%. This is like,
it was not Beyonce. Nala speaking. It was literally like, hi Beyonce, cosplaying as a lion.
Lions attack!
But yeah, the Prom was fine. I liked it. I mean, whatever. That's like what it is. Ryan Murphy is capable of greatness because Pose is actually greatness. But the reason Pose is actually greatness is because Ryan Murphy lets other people run that show more than he does.
Yeah, 100%. He needs to be just like, he needs to be an EP on things from now on. Like he needs to just like take a step back, because I feel like he's kind of lost touch with like the actual nitty gritty and like how people want to enjoy things. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I liked it. I cried too. Like it's hard not to when it's like, you know, like the music's great and it's like emotional storytelling and things like that. But yeah, I mean, the James Corden of it all was really a choice.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he can't stay away from this kind of stuff. He loves a happy ending. He loves to wrap it up in a cute bow, as we saw with Hollywood. I mean, The Politician, I feel like every end of the season that happens kind of. But Pose is the only, I mean, whatever. Pose is great for many other reasons that aren't Ryan Murphy. So
yeah. No, totally. But I mean, he's just a machine at this point. Like he's not going to stop, and he has so much.
I mean, his deal with Netflix is huge.
Yeah, he has just so much influence too, and like the way that like Sarah Paulson will not stop working with him. Like I need to see Sarah Paulson do something else. Like,
oh my God, I forgot about American Horror Story. Jesus, that man has so much money.
It's a lot, but yeah, I mean, The Prom's gonna be a huge hit. It already is. Everybody's posting about it. Everybody's watched it.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, obviously it's like good representation and everything, like, but also like this is the kind of story that should have been being told like should have been told, like, you know, a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, but the musical just was out on Broadway like 2 years ago, so.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of people and companies with more money than they fucking know what to do with. I mean, no, it is not.
You and your transitions, Giselle, truly, I love you so much.
It is not a shock to anyone how big Marvel stans Megan and I are. And also, I mean, I would call myself a new Star Wars fan at this point.
Yeah, girl, you're in on it.
And they dropped so much news this week.
Basically,
basically
Thursday, Disney had like an investors meeting, basically, but it was also announced, like, to everyone, basically, what new stuff they have coming, mostly on Disney Plus.
So glad that's finally going to be worth my money.
A lot of it was, you know, like, already announced, but things we got were like official dates, some casting news, some things like that. It's you know, obviously Disney owns everything, which is like really unfortunate, but also, like, you know, it's hard because I get torn a lot, because obviously I really
I have thoughts.
Love all this stuff. Like, we love Marvel, we love Star Wars, we love just like stupid, you know, content, but it's also so dark, because, like, yes, great, Disney has all this money so they can make all these things that we love, but also it's so manufactured, it's on basically like an assembly line, and it all comes out with this like Disney stamp on it, and also, like, we're just giving them back all this money, you know, to continue to make the same thing all over again. It's you know, there are some things that I'm super excited about. I mean, like, you and I were watching some of the Marvel trailers and we were fully like grasping at each other's hands, we're so excited, but there's some stuff in here that is just completely stupid.
No, I agree. And I think, like, I totally agree with you, Meg. It's like hard because, like, I am, and you, we are both such stans of like the MCU and the Avengers and like that whole world. But like, I do think that, like, I'm so afraid it's gonna like lose its magic. Like the way that we feel whenever the like Avengers theme is played, and like you think about that scene when like the first 6 Avengers like are all about to fight, and like basically the magic they created with the first 3 phases is like, and also because they gave us enough but not too much that we could keep up and we can remember all the intricacies. Like, I just like truly, I'm every person is getting a fucking series. Like, I'm not shitting you, everyone. Like, do we need a Nick Fury and Skrull series? Do we need a War Machine series? Like, sorry, I love Don Cheadle, but like, I don't need a War Machine series. Like, we're just getting so much. And like, also not to forget, on top of like this new Moon Knight with Oscar Isaac, all these different series, also new characters being introduced, like Miss Marvel, who's going to be in Captain Marvel, and then like Monica whatever Rambeau, who's going to be in like, it's just so much. We also have the Shang-Chi series, and we have Eternals, and we have Blade, and we have the new Spider-Man that's introducing 2 other new Spider-Mans in the multiverse, and I'm just like, it's just getting to be so much, and it makes me so sad because I will always love it, and like I'm gonna stand and I'm gonna watch all of it, and it's gonna be great, but like there's just a beautiful magic about what was created with like the first Avengers plot line.
Yeah. And I mean, like, in, I guess, their defense, to play devil's advocate,
and the Fantastic Four, like, Jesus Christ, sorry, keep going.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just going to open up a whole nother bag of worms, because then they're going to do like Silver
X-Men.
Surfer and Galactus and X-Men, and that's going to be like the new big bad, and it's just like it makes my brain want to explode.
Same.
But it's like, that's the way the comics are. It's constantly crossovers.
No, I know.
There's so many, but it's like, it's just it's a lot, and it's like, am I gonna watch all of it? Probably. Am I gonna like, is my brain gonna want to explode? Yes, absolutely. And
like, on top of that, we have all the Star Wars shit to keep up with.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like, not even just that. I mean, like, I'm looking at this freaking thread that Disney tweeted on Thursday.
Oh my God, it's so
and
much.
It's like, live action Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Ice Age Adventures, Night at the Museum coming to Disney Plus, a TV show.
Live action Tinkerbell or whatever. Plus Wendy and whatever.
Prequel to the live action Lion King. Barry Jenkins. They have Barry Jenkins, Hans Zimmer, Pharrell, and Nicholas Britell attached. I mean, I'm like, for God's sake.
The Lightyear thing with Chris Evans.
I mean, yeah, they're doing Buzz Lightyear movie, but it's not about the toy Buzz Lightyear. It's about the Buzz Lightyear person that the toy is based on. Which like so nobody asked for it.
So upsetting.
On it. The live action Little Mermaid. Chip and Dale with John Mulaney and Andy Samberg. Geppetto, Pinocchio starring Tom Hanks. Like please, Disenchanted, the sequel to Enchanted, starring Amy Adams. No.
One.
Hi. You're back. I hope it recorded everything you said.
It did.
Okay, good. Okay, so you're just saying nobody wants Disenchanted.
No, I mean, quite literally, like no one wants it. Like there's just so much to keep up with. Like it's a machine, and like it's and I think it's also like it's so different because like this is thinking about years past, like this is the kind of content Disney has always put out at this frequency, but when they tell it all to us in a Twitter thread, it's so much.
And then not only that, it's like all this Pixar stuff, Lightning McQueen and Mater on Disney Plus, and then they go into like the Marvel stuff. That they also do the Star Wars stuff on the same thread, and they also go into Hulu because technically Disney owns Hulu, and so then there was an update about like the freaking Handmaid's Tale. So basically, the handmaids from the Handmaid's Tale are freaking Disney princesses now. It's literally
don't forget
insane.
We still have like 5 or 6 Avatar movies. Don't forget we've only had 1 Avatar movie, and there's like 5 more to come.
There's like all these ESPN updates. Literally, like Atlanta was a part of this somehow. Brian Tyree Henry High, like getting his Disney check every which way. Because of FX, American Horror Story, like all Alien, all of this stuff. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia getting picked up for 4 more seasons. Who watches that show?
What?
I mean, apparently a lot of people watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Season 8, there's gonna run through 18 seasons. It's like there is a time to end. Yeah, The Mandalorian, Rangers of the New Republic, which I'm not done with The Mandalorian yet, but I am told that it is a series that's about 2 characters that were in The Mandalorian that had like 3 lines.
No, that's what they're doing because the Osaka, the one with
Ahsoka Tano. Yeah. And then Hayden Christensen is coming back as Darth Vader for the Obi-Wan series with Ewan McGregor. Like,
and they're doing a prequel to Rogue One.
Yes, for Diego Luna's hot. But it's like then that's not even counting all of the animated series that they're doing for Star Wars.
I'm sorry. I like animated series, but like I absolutely cannot watch the Star Wars animated series because that is too much for me to keep in my brain. I can't.
Yeah. A new Indiana Jones. This is interesting actually because I think I've told you about this book that I haven't read yet, but it's called Children of Blood and Bone. It's by Tomi Adeyemi. And it's basically like a coming of age adventure that follows a young African girl's quest to restore magic to her forsaken people. So it's kind of like a YA like adventure novel series, and they're making a Lucasfilm is developing it for a movie. We're excited about that, whatever. Then it's like all the Nat Geo shit.
Yeah, I mean it's like honestly insane and wild, and like I think over the course of the next couple of years we'll talk about it all, but it was just truly an overload of information. I'm excited, obviously. I can't wait for WandaVision, which is the first of this huge Marvel rollout. And then Hawkeye and oh my God, in my brain. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Loki. These are things that are filmed. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, lots of Marvel news, lots of Disney news, overload of it all. LOL.
But please keep the Chris Evans Buzz Lightyear movie. I don't.
Yeah, we don't need it. But I mean,
nobody asked for it.
Another thing to round out this beautiful episode of many things that no one asked for.
Go girl, give us nothing.
Yeah, is Miss Olivia Jade going to the table. If we're being honest, I didn't watch it because I knew that like I love Jada sometimes, but like if you're going on Red Table Talk, we're actually not gonna get tea. Like, and also like I think Olivia Jade is like. I'm just over it. Like you're privileged. You're also like, and also I understand like Jada and Willow are privileged, but like it's a different privilege to have white privilege. And also they like I think that Jada, like, they talked about it, and I've heard in the sense of like what her white privilege and whatever, and like also her privilege because she's rich, but like I'm just so tired of being Olivia Jade because she doesn't care. Olivia Jade does not care that she did that. Like that happened. She'll never care. She's gonna keep doing what she did. She's not remorseful. I'm just over it. Like Go Girl give me literally nothing unless you're getting on here and actually like spilling tea and like being like I fucked up and like whatever. You can keep it.
Yeah, I mean, I did watch some of it. I watched clips of it. It was interesting. I mean, like, honestly, the conversation they had at the beginning, which was with Jada and Willow and Jada's mom, who I forgot her name. They call her like Gammy or something. Was like, I think the most fascinating part of it, because basically Jada and Willow were the ones who decided that Olivia could come on, and Jada's mom was like, I do not want her on here. It's so convenient that she's coming to 3 Black women to like forgive her and give her their blessing and like whatever. And basically like something Willow said was that like, okay, like, you know, it was just a really interesting debate. Maybe I'll play some of the audio here because it's like really, really interesting. And then at one point when they did get Olivia out, because she was apologetic and whatever, but she was saying like, I want people to give me a second chance. And like was kind of defending her parents and whatever. And basically then Jada's mom was like, well, what I want you to understand is that like, you're going to be fine. And like you coming here to like, to the table to like be forgiven basically with everything and all the suffering that people are going through in the world right now is just completely like, she basically was like, I don't care. I don't care that you were hurt. Like, I don't care that you lost your endorsements. Your parents are going to go to jail. They're going to pay their fine and you're going to be fine. And like, it was basically like, they gave her obviously their platform, but the way that they, you know, kind of put her in her place like that, which I think basically, even though this has been like 2 years in the making, no one has basically told her like, nobody gives a fuck if you're upset, like nobody cares, was so much more interesting and so much more impactful than anything she had to say. So yeah, I mean, like it was, I mean, I thought the Jada's mom was like amazing. I thought she was just like the best part of the whole thing.
I definitely want you to put the audio in and I'll maybe watch, but that was a Girl Give Me Nothing for the week. And I guess you too.
Yeah, of course.
But another week, another episode of I'm Screaming Down.
Yeah. Nobody reviewed us last week, so you guys didn't get our vlog.
Yeah, literally. I know there's people who haven't.
Maybe if we see some reviews come flooding through, we'll change our minds. But
be nice to us, please.
Yeah, please rate, review, subscribe, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts. Share it with your family, share it with your friends, share it with your coworkers, share it on social. We'll repost you if you share us on social, of course, and tag us. Yeah. That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. But finally, I love you, Meg.
I love you, G.